Any?
Have you ever heard of the story of Chiron?
Yeah.
Will you help me tell it?
Okay.
In my world, I'm known as Chiron.
Centaurs are fantastic creatures with the head and torso of a human and the body of a horse. Typically, they are barbaric and wild, with the exception being the gentle Chiron.
You can receive all the training in the world, but ultimately, you have to follow your instincts.
Chiron was the eldest and wisest of the centaurs, which were a tribe of half-horse men.
But unlike the rest of this tribe, he was an immortal god, a son of the titan Cronus, and half-brother of Zeus.
There are two versions of how Chiron was born into a centaur. The first version was that Cronus shifted into a mare and raped Philyra, the nymph.
The other version was when Cronus' wife caught her husband in bed with Philyra, and afraid, Cronus transformed himself into a horse, and in this way, sired a half-equine son.
Either way, Chiron was immediately rejected by both of his parents and taken to the care of the sun god Apollo. The god of prophecy and oracles, healing, plague and disease, music, song and poetry, archery, and the protection of the young, Apollo passed these skills on to Chiron.
Chiron was the Greeks' original teacher, and raised many of the Greeks' most famous heroes. Among them were his friend and godson, Peleus, and Peleus' son, Achilles, the hero of the Trojan War. So Achilles, how does one learn to be a mythical hero?
Well, Odysseus, Chiron taught me to go with him through pathless deserts, drag me on with mighty stride, and to laugh at sight of the wild beasts, nor tremble at the shattering of rocks by rushing torrents, or at the silence of the lonely forest. Already at that time, weapons were in my hand, and quivers on my shoulders. The love of steel grew apace within me, and my skin was hardened by much sun and frost. Nor were my limbs weakened by soft couches, but I shared the hard rock with my master's mighty frame. Often, Chiron himself, while yet he was swift of foot, chased me at full gallop with the headlong speed over the plains. And when I was exhausted from roaming over the meads, he praised me joyously and hoisted me upon his back. Often too, in the first freezing of the streams, he would bid me go upon them with light step nor break the ice. These were my boyhood's glories.
So basically, he brought you to deserts to hunt animals and chased you, no matter how tired you were. Then made you walk on ice and let you ride on his back?
Pretty much.
Chiron was honored by all, something uncommon in Greek mythology. So it was ironic that his demise came accidentally when he was grazed by a poisonous arrow shot by his friend Hercules.
Because he was immortal, the magic poison caused him endless, debilitating torment but could not kill him.
From this, Chiron is recognized as the original wounded healer, an archetype central to the works of therapists, counselors, prophets, and shamans.
Hercules eventually secured a divine bargain in which Chiron's immortality was forfeit to secure the liberation of Prometheus, who was more or less Chiron's cousin, thereby granting Chiron his wish to die and consigning his spirit to the underworld.
However, instead of being consigned to Hades, he was given a place amongst the stars by Zeus as the constellation Sagittarius, thereby restoring to him an immortality of sorts.
In this way, Chiron ultimately found his cure beyond death and, in both myth and astrology, he lied as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. The story of Achilles and his mentor is a fresco from Naples.